Welcome. I got Becky Beach on the call today. I'm glad you was able
All
to
right.
make time to get on the call with us, Becky. I ran across your profile, and it's no secret. It's like a lot of people that are in the vendor game. It's like we go around looking for people to possibly support launches and all that good stuff. So I
Mhm.
was like, I saw you crushing it on leaderboards. I was like, okay, yeah. I mean, you was crushing it. Like I saw multiple
Oh
leaderboards.
yeah, yes.
It was like you just stunting when you when you really commit to a promotion. So I was like, man, who's this Becky Beach? Because you weren't the only one. I was like, I'll go down a leaderboard and like, let me go find him on Facebook, and that's how
Yeah,
we ended up
yeah.
connecting. Yeah, and then I saw a video on your profile. You was it was a testimony, it looked like, of how you started. And
Hmm.
I remember you had mentioned something about you had started a blog at the very beginning of your journey,
Hmm.
and that after that you found a level of mastery with Shopify, Etsy, and other similar sites. Do correct me if I'm wrong or some of these things.
Hmm.
Then you found mastery with publishing products as a vendor, all of which I would assume did tie into building the customer list. So if
Yes.
you want to correct me on any of those things, or in order of
Oh
how
yeah,
your
yeah, that's right. You
story.
got it, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I watched it. It moved me. It moved me because I remember
Hmm.
you, because everything you was talking about. This is why it moved me, because it was the same thing with me, like
Uh-huh.
friends and family. Like, oh yeah, get a stick with your day job, all that, things like that. And
Yeah,
the sheer
yeah, yeah.
conditioning of people, it's like the steady paycheck, the security, things like that. They're afraid to take the plunge, and then when
Mhm.
they see you making moves and all, then I remember I left a comment on your Facebook. I said, I bet their foot's in their mouth now. you know?
Yeah, another text me saying, "Oh, how can I get started doing it?" Like, so I'm always hearing them. They call me and say, "Oh, can you like hook me up with this? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing?" And this was the same person that goes, "Don't quit your day job."
Yeah, I think I said something along the line, something sarcastic. It was like, yeah, they probably feel like an ass or something. I forgot what I said exactly. I did say foot in the mouth, because that's what happened with my people too. A lot of them had to put their foot in their mouth. When
Yeah,
I started
yes,
seeing
because
what it.
they don't understand it because a
Yeah,
lot like I come from a long line of 9 to 5 people,
yeah,
and they just don't get it. Like
nope,
they think entrepreneurship, it's like something like a magic bullet. Maybe like it's like harder to do than winning the lottery.
yep, absolutely,
Mhm.
absolutely. And so you said I pretty much hit it on the nail as far as like what I gathered from that story. But this call is about your recent offer that you have. It's called AI powered spreadsheets, and I chose to look into your offer because I am one of those customers. I go on Etsy and look for spreadsheets, and I actually
Mhm.
have them as bonuses when I put offers out there for
Oh,
freelance to promote.
interesting.
Yeah, yeah, and I did that with the last offer I had put out. I had two spreadsheets, I believe. I had an accountability spreadsheet, got it from Etsy. Same thing, like, and that's what made me like, this is an interesting offer because you've experimented yourself and you've seen success yourself with using AI to create these spreadsheets to resell them.
Mhm.
Correct? It's to resell the spreadsheets. You show them how
Oh
step by
yeah,
step how to
yes. I
do it.
built a custom GPT,
Yeah.
which is a bot that
Mm-hmm.
you can use on ChatGPT Pro for those that don't know. And
Mm-hmm.
and I'm a Python developer. I was coding and developing for 25 years. That was my day job.
Oh,
So I know
interesting.
Python and other coding languages. So I used my coding language experience to code this GPT because you can also upload code to the GPT. You can
Mm-hmm.
also do prompt engineering. So
Yep.
I designed it, and now it will give you spreadsheet prompts that actually use formulas and work because I
Mm-hmm.
I coded it so it's going into the library of the Excel because now ChatGPT can use the Excel library
Mm-hmm.
in Python because there's a Python script that was built that integrates with Excel so that it can download spreadsheets. But
Yeah.
GPTs can't do that. Like, it's just impossible. They can't integrate into the sandbox. So I developed it so it can now, and it
Mm-hmm.
can tell I mean, it can tell ChatGPT what all to write with formulas because otherwise you won't get in the formula. So you get this custom GPT with the course. It's included, and I have a whole training, like all these training modules in there on how to list the spreadsheet. What you need to do, how to do SEO to get it found
Mm-hmm.
in Etsy,
Mm-hmm.
and also you can use other platforms like Shopify. I show that how
Mm-hmm.
to list it on Payhip, how to list it on Thrivecart.
Mm-hmm.
Like so, there's all these ways in case you have a different platform.
Yeah, yeah. And there's other sites you could do it as well. It's just what you've personally done that has showed the result for you to show for your students as well. And I saw you had
Mhm.
two tiers. You had the first tier and you had the second tier. The second tier is the hand holding tier, where
Mhm.
they get basically coaching. You coaching them how to do it step by step, and I'm assuming accountability, all that comes with it as well.
Oh
Um,
yes, like the end of the
yeah.
week, where everybody's going to have their own spreadsheet, and I'll
Hmm.
possibly, send it out to my list. Like I don't know if I'll do. I just want to see if enough people end up taking action. Because if they do, then I think I'm going to send it out to my lists.
Yeah.
And to promote their spreadsheets. Like I need to make sure it like works properly first. Because some
Yeah.
people may not upload the ones that work. So we'll have to do testing and just go through it.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. So yeah, it made a lot of sense to me to get you on this call to kind of like break down what you had going on there. And this call probably won't be as long because I mean I was trying to remember a lot of your story because you was I mean I think we were pretty much covered that in a nutshell. You know how people treated you back then. But you're coming from a background of coding. That's man, you had a head start pretty much because you had that knowledge base with coding in Python. And was it just
Mhm.
Python or was other coding that
Yes,
platforms you
I
use?
was more of a front end developer, so I'm really good with JavaScript, CSS,
Hmm.
HTML5. Yeah, coding language like that and PHP. I can understand that quite a bit, but not
So.
to a point where I can work with it. And
Hmm.
also Angular, that's a front end language, and also React. That's what Facebook's built on, and Facebook developed React.
Oh, okay.
So I can work with those too.
Hmm.
So that's what I was doing for all that time. I was working for American Airlines as a senior web developer.
Mm, wow. Oh, that's awesome. Quite a resume there. So
Oh
I come from a
yeah,
background
I
of the
was miserable though. I didn't want to do that.
right.
I went to school for graphic design.
Yeah.
Actually, my first thing I wanted to do was do animation, like computer animation, and
Yeah.
like animate movies and stuff. Like that's what I really wanted to do. But there was no program at my college to do that back then. So I go into graphic design. I still wanted to do something art related. That was my major, and I took some computer science, but I failed the computer science course, so I had to drop out.
Yeah, I hear you on that stuff. That's where that's programmed to computer science because I remember in high school when I took it, it was what were they using? It was Basic. Was it? I think it was Basic. Wait,
Oh yeah, and
is that
C++.
what?
plus plus. So
I
I
didn't
ended
get
up
to
having to
see.
be self-taught later
Yeah.
because after I graduated, I couldn't find a job as a graphic designer. They wanted someone with experience, and I was just out of school. Like, how am I going to get experience if you don't give me some experience? I mean, what's
Yeah.
going on with that?
Yeah. I know.
I had to teach myself to code to get a job.
Yeah, it does feel like a sham at the end of the day. Like especially when you go to college and they sell the students on like, oh yeah, we'll help you get a job, all this thing like
Oh
that.
no, no, like
And
I had an
it's like,
internship and it was unpaid, but it didn't really
yeah,
lead to anything.
yeah, and that's what happened with my ex-wife. She when she went to school, they were like feeding her all this stuff like, oh yeah, we'll help you with this and that. Yeah, we'll get you a job, and it was all a lie at the end of the day. So it's like I feel like it's a scam. Most I'm not saying certain things like doctors and what paramedics, so like main the useful stuff that's in college, but it seems like most stuff in college is just like a trap because
Yeah,
you
it's just
yeah.
ingrained in our society that
Mhm.
you have to get a job to you have to go to college to get a job,
Mhm.
and but that's not true. Like
No.
when I was working at Verizon, for instance, and there was kids like they were young, like on their 20s, and at the time I was like late 30s
Mhm.
at Verizon, and there was kids right out of coding. They called it a coding boot camp, so you could
Mhm.
pay like $5,000 to be in this coding boot camp, and they didn't have a degree, and they were
Mhm.
getting like six figures right out of that coding boot camp.
Yep.
You don't even need to have a college degree to be successful anymore.
No, you don't. You don't. And it's like you said, it's ingrained in society. It's like, oh yeah, go to school, make good grades, get a good paying job, and it's the path you pretty much followed. You know what they told you, and then you found out
Yeah,
it was
then it ended up
yeah,
35,000 in debt.
and they gonna get their money too. They
Yeah,
figure
I
out a
already paid it
way.
off though, so I'm debt
Yeah,
free.
yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. But it's like it's
Yeah.
school student debt is one of those things they don't play around with. They figure out
Mhm.
how to get it from you some kind of way, you know. And sometimes I'll talk to some family members like they're doing graphic. I have a nephew. He's doing graphic design, and he's going in debt, you know. And I didn't want to like shatter dreams on him because he's very good, at, with
Yeah.
art and all that and all those things. So it made sense. I guess I can understand like what he's thinking about it, but it's like I had to like, I had to find a way to softly tell him to say, look, You going into debt for this thing. I know you love it, but you're gonna stack up all this debt, and it's money that they gonna get back some kind of way. They will get it back. And he works in the
Mhm.
hospitality industry, so it's mostly tips you get from him, but they're gonna get him some kind of way. They always figure out a way. They did it to my brother Tim when he went to I think he went to I forget it was some college. It was like a
Mhm.
smaller college. It wasn't like a college. It was like a Delgado. I don't know if you've heard of Delgado. A community college. It was a community college, and
Oh yeah.
yeah, and they garnished him. You know, I said, good thing you didn't do all those semesters because they would you'd have been in
Oh,
a
so
rut.
they actually took the it out of his paycheck? That's
Yeah, they
crazy.
took it out of his paycheck. They got him, but
I haven't heard of that happening.
maybe
That's
it's just this
awful.
area
Ugh.
because we in
Hmm.
Louisiana, so I don't know if it's a state thing or not.
Oh yeah, I
You
haven't
know.
heard of that happening in Texas like that. That's
Oh,
awful.
you in
Yeah, I was having
Texas?
to pay 700 a month for my
Yeah.
education, like the payments, and that was I tried to get a job, and I nobody
Hmm.
would hire me, and I
Yeah.
was suddenly getting all these bills for the college,
Yeah.
like to pay the loan companies because I didn't get a scholarship. I no at my high school I didn't qualify for any scholarships because my apparently my family made too much money,
Mm.
so I couldn't get any financial aid either.
Hmm. I got you. So in your journey online, what do you think was the turning point for you when you was like, man, I gotta make this work, this online thing work? Was it a
Oh
specific
yeah, that's a great
event?
question.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
want to bring it up because the last call I had with my mentor, I told him my story. He didn't really need too much introduction, but I told him what it took for me, the turning point, and
Uh-huh.
it was a gut wrenching turning point. And I didn't want to happen. It happened anyway, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why I asked that question. It was like any particular event that like just hits you like a ton of bricks. Like, man, this has got, I gotta figure something out and ASAP. Or anything in particular, certain kind of
Oh,
event.
yes, yes, definitely. Yeah, the exact reason why I decided to start being an online business owner is I had this horrible, toxic boss. He was a complete asshole.
Mm,
He would make me feel like 3 inches tall. I'm a 6 foot tall woman,
mm,
and he made me feel 3 inches tall. He would tell me I didn't deserve my senior title. I
mm,
was worthless. I wasn't creative enough. And we would have one-on-one meetings, and he would just tear me down. He would tear down my work, telling me it wasn't good enough and I wasn't good
mm,
enough. And it was just so horrible and nerve-wracking to have to listen to this. And at the time, I didn't really have that much self-esteem. Like I kind of took everybody's abuse, that kind
yeah,
of person. I was like a doormat type of person.
yeah,
Like
I
nowadays,
hear
if
you.
that guy talks to me like that again, I'll shut him down real fast.
Right. You can now. Shoot, you ain't gotta
Yeah, so
come
that's
on
what
that
it
kind of
took.
stuff.
Excuse me, I'll lose my voice.
No, you're good. You're good. I was telling others is like what it took for me is that we had two properties. Our mom left us, and for me, I seem like a broker. I don't care if I sound like a broken record or not, but it took us losing the properties for me to say, okay, I can't let this happen again, and it was because we didn't have the resources. So I do still work a job too on side of this online stuff, not for long. As I build this up. I work in the hospitality industry. I didn't have the resume I do with the
Oh
programming and
yeah.
stuff like that. So it's like, I'm
Oh,
44.
just a moment. I need to get my cow off the table. I'm afraid she's going to eat that. Yeah, I was just worried she's going to eat that plant because that one could be. I don't know if those plants are toxic or what.
Hey. So yeah, that's what happened with me. That was my turning point. And well, on top of stopping, because there was a time where I was a heavy drinker, and then I had cut
Hmm.
that out when back in 2017. So it was that, and it was the fact that it was like I was living reckless like that. It's especially in the hospitality industry. There's a lot of people that are like strung out in some way, form of fashion. So I had some self reflection there. And 2017, I put drinking. I retired it. I was like, it was just too bad, and it was destroying any any path for me building a business because you
Hmm.
can't be wasted like that trying to lead gen and talk to people and all, and then you
Hmm.
get in your feelings because you're all lizard brain from the sauce, and so I put that away, and I was like, okay, now that I got some of my mental bandwidth back, I can really focus on this, and it did. I was focusing on the affiliate side more so. I wasn't really focusing on building the customer list itself, and the supreme turning point for me was when we had lost the first property, and I was forced to go to the other property that we ended up losing at some point because we didn't have the resources. In the
Yeah.
hospitality industry, it only pays so much. It's not like, I mean, I know you may have been getting paid well, but it came at a cost from the boss being an asshole to you.
Oh
And
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So I
yeah,
was getting like almost six figures from this job,
yeah.
and I just put up with it because I thought, well, I'm stuck. I can't. Like my husband doesn't
Yeah,
make enough money to support me. I
yeah.
have to continue working. I had a new baby boy, so my little baby boy, he was about 2 years old at the time, and I was spending more time with his picture on my desk than him. I was working like 60-hour weeks doing this web development for this company. I was also making them mobile apps
Hmm.
and designing stuff for them because it's really hard to find someone like me that can design and develop
Hmm.
like equally. I equally design and develop very good,
Hmm.
and usually people can do one or the other. So because like my skill set, I was able to find jobs like so fast. But at this point, I was being abused. So my mindset has crashed. Before I had some confidence, but because this guy was tearing me down so much, it made my self esteem very low.
Mm, I
And
got
so
you.
I didn't think I could find another job. Like he was telling me that I was worthless. So I felt like
Hmm.
that. Like I believed him.
Yeah. So when you made the transition, was it more of an abrupt transition online, or you just kind of like you plotted it out while dealing with the crap, and then you found your break with it?
Oh yes. So like I started because I went home because I just didn't know what to do. Like I was even considering suicide. That's how bad it
Yeah,
was.
it's not a good spot
So
to
I
be.
was looking online and I was looking for how to make money online and just looking at ways to do it. And I was
Yep.
like, some of them were scams, of course. But
Yeah.
then I stumbled upon this guy that had a blog and
Hmm.
he said he's making like 30,000 a month. It was like a income report or
Hmm.
something like that, a blog income report. And I was
Hmm.
like, wow, that's crazy, making 30,000 a month. Like I would be happy if I made like maybe like 5,000 a month. Like that's a livable wage.
Yeah, it is
So then
for the most part.
I registered my domain, mombeach.com,
Hmm.
and then built a WordPress blog on it. And then I just began blogging at least once a week, just about different things.
Hmm.
And I didn't really get serious. I didn't really get serious about it until I was fired. Like he fired me from that job.
Gotcha.
Like I went
Gotcha.
in, and he gave me the slip and my
Hmm.
box. So he already packed up my box of stuff.
Wow.
I just did the
Yeah.
walk of shame, and he made sure everybody was there, you know, um, before he fired me, so everybody got to see.
Yeah. So that in a sense was a big turn. That was the icing on the cake for you. It's like you had to dive right in. Just
Oh
no
yes,
dipping your toe in the water. Right
I
in.
spent like 6 weeks or so, like, but because I just blogged.
Hmm.
I just did multiple blog posts a day for like 6 weeks and
Hmm.
really built up the content. And that's all I was doing. And eventually I had to find another job because our savings, were blown.
Hmm. Yeah, I hear you. So I'm assuming that you was getting like maybe like AdSense revenue or something from the blog, things like
Oh
that,
yeah, the
or
first income I made was from an affiliate
mm,
called Survey Junkie, and a
hmm,
Survey Junkie will pay out 150, like $1.50 for each person that signs up.
yeah,
So one of my blog posts was about Survey Junkie. It was like a review
hmm,
because I actually use Survey Junkie myself, and I still do. Like when I'm just waiting in line, I'll do the surveys, and they pay you, and they'll pay you out with PayPal or like a gift card.
hmm,
And it's a legit company, so I wrote a blog post about it,
hmm,
how I told them how I made $1,500, over the course of several months, of course, probably half a year,
hmm.
because it just adds up if you just do surveys. And then someone bought with my link, the first person ever. I made for the first month of my blog, I made $1.50.
That's
So
a
I
big
told my
deal. I know
brother-in-law,
that's a
because my
big deal.
brother-in-law asked
Yeah,
me, so I heard you start a blog. Like, how much are you making from this? And I said, oh, I made $1.50. And he goes,
that's a big
don't quit your
deal.
day job. And he started
That
laughing.
is a big deal, especially when it's your first. It's always a
Yeah, it was
big
my
deal.
first money ever
Yeah.
from an online business.
Yeah, for me it was the AdSense because in the beginning my YouTube channel was about producing hip hop beats and I was doing tutorials on it. And
Oh,
it was from the AdSense that I saw my first taste of any kind of money, and it was similar. It was like a small amount, like you mentioned. And I remember I cried. I was like, because then that was the turning point. It's like, okay, this is possible. But it wasn't. I didn't actually make any affiliate commissions till I started doing the launch jacking technique many moons back. And I think it
hmm.
was called My Cash Freebies. You've heard of that one, My Cash Freebies?
Oh, I never
Yeah,
heard
it's
that.
like I think everybody's done the My Cash Freebies. But I remember I made like $80 off of that. Like not all at once, like throughout the course of me doing not well, I wasn't really doing enough videos. because at the time I was a little inflicted, you know, um, with alcohol. But I knew people that were doing it full time at that time before it got really really saturated, and then it just like died out altogether. But I remember I had a friend that was making like $300 a week doing it, just uploading YouTube video review videos every day. She was pretty good at it too. Like she went the mile. Like when she would do a review video, it wasn't no track like just like bland review video. She would actually dig up research things like that. But it just seemed like so much work to do that for a little bit of money, you know.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
I could have made that work. Looking back in hindsight, that could have worked for however long the time frame would. It would eventually stopped working because it did stop working for them at some point, you know. Um, but I just like I look back in these things. I was like, man, I squandered that. I squandered this. The music thing. I remember I found online marketing, digital marketing by trying to sell rap beats. That's how
Oh,
it started for
interesting.
me.
Like
Yeah.
Napster and stuff.
At the this was back in '08. Back in '08, '09. It wasn't through that. It was like through a site where I didn't use WordPress. The guy had us using a page builder that you can upload through. I think it's through the FTP or something like FileZilla. I'm not sure if you might be familiar with those or not. But anyhow, it's like you was able to like make a site without having WordPress, and it was a plain
Oh,
white
okay.
page site. Yeah, it was a plain white page site, and I would have it to where they could play previews of whatever track they may be interested in. Needless to say, nobody bought anything, but I learned about list building and digital marketing, all that stuff. So it led to affiliate marketing. So I mean, it had kind of a happy ending, I guess you could say. It led me on that path of affiliate marketing, and all the concepts were the same. It's like we build a customer list or a list of leads. With that, it was like you build a list of artists, aspiring artists. And I remember I did a list swap with a guy that he had 14,000 artists on his email list,
Uh-huh.
and I mailed for him. At the time, I had 2,400 artists on my AWeber, and he made sale. He made some sales from my list, and like I said, I was inflicted back then, so I got all in the blackout state, and I made an ass of myself to my
Mm-hmm.
list even, and I was like, man, this is not going to work. This will not do. So I had to regroup, and I just hung it up. I didn't think it was for me because at the time when I was producing music, it seemed like alcohol was part of the puzzle with that when it was killing me,
Mm-hmm.
and I wasn't
Yeah.
producing at a high rate either. It was taking me like a week to make one track, and where you got these other producers, they'll make a beat in 5-10 minutes, and it's like
Yeah.
at that rate I'm not gonna put a dent in my circumstance trying to make an income in that particular way. But yeah, it's been quite a ride thus
Oh,
far.
is this meeting being re-recorded? Because I don't see us recording.
I have it on my ScreenFlow recording. Yeah, I don't.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you're
Okay. So I was
accustomed
like, oh,
to.
is it not recording
Yeah,
or
you're
something? I was like,
accustomed.
oh no, we just been talking and we weren't
Nah.
being recorded.
Yeah. This the free plan. Yeah, the free plan. I believe you have to pay for the full plan for Zoom to record through their
Oh,
system.
okay.
Yeah, I got it capturing everything though. Yeah, everything we're talking
Oh,
about.
good. Yeah, okay. I was
No,
just
I made
thinking.
sure because I had another.
I've done meetings before where I forgot to record, and I did the whole meeting, and then at the end when they left, I was like, "Oh damn, I didn't re-record this fucking meeting."
Yeah. I made sure this time because another call I had with another guy, I forgot to turn my mic on, and it was a great starting point. And then I had to cut him off. I was like, "Hey, I forgot to turn my mic on." I told him, and so we just started again within that same frame of time in that same day. But yeah, back to your offer of the AI powered spreadsheets. I know this is an interesting offer and it will help a lot of people because I am a customer of something similar, like I said earlier in this call.
Oh
So
yeah.
yeah, so I want to go ahead and let my people know. So what Becky put together is something that is a niche that out there. People are looking for this stuff and they will buy these spreadsheets. Like I said, I
Oh,
buy
of course. And there's
spreadsheets from
so
time to
any
time.
niche you have, like it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't matter what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like you even said, an accountability, like that would be good for like a life coach
Mm-hmm.
or a business coach to get to like sell to their customers.
Mm-hmm.
Like it doesn't matter what you are, even gardening. There's somebody in my one of my clients that does gardening, so she can make a gardening planner spreadsheet where people can track, like a tracking, because you could use
Yep.
it for tracking.
Yep.
So they could track, their plants. Hey, stop scratching! She's like scratching my husband's guitar case over there. So you can plan, your track your plants. You could, track your habits like productivity. People in productivity, they can get a habit tracker. There's
Hmm.
about anything you can think
I
of.
like the habit trackers. Yeah, because I put my customers on that one. It's some of the motions, because you say you focus on the inputs, then the outcomes work themselves out if you focus on the inputs consistently. And that was the point of
Mhm.
the habit tracker for each day. Give them a list of certain things they can do, which I let them know they can modify it to their liking, and it helped to increase the perceived value of the offer.
Yeah, yeah. This
So.
GPT
Hmm.
that I made, it'll do anything you want, like any kind of spreadsheet. Because I'm into frogs and toads. We actually have my husband, my child. I'm sorry, my child and I have
It's
a
okay.
bunch of frogs,
Hmm.
and we raise them. We get like really rare tadpoles, and we raise them to frogs.
Hmm.
So we got frogs and toads. And my first pet was actually a little toad
Hmm.
that I had as a kid. So that's my first pet. So I've always loved frogs and toads.
Hmm.
So you could even do like a frog and toad tracker. Like if you have frogs and toads as pets, you can
Hmm.
track, how much they ate, their growth.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's just like, so in anything, really anything.
Yep, yep. And yeah, I use it for the inputs for
Mhm.
yeah, for you can you said you could do with the finance budget balancing. You could do like
Oh
there's a
yeah,
lot
it's
of things.
big. I
Yeah, it's a
sell
big niche.
in my Shopify store on my Mom Beach shop.mombeach.com. I've been selling spreadsheets for 7 years.
Hmm.
And but like I didn't really want to make a course about it because I was worried about all the support. Like I would have to teach people how to do formulas, how
Hmm.
to
Yep.
put them in the spreadsheet, and the support of doing that would
Hmm.
just be so hard on me.
Yeah.
Having to help everybody do that because it can be a really high learning curve to put in the formulas. But guess what? The GPT I developed can do the formulas for you. You can put them right in the spreadsheet. So when you download spreadsheet from ChatGPT, the formula's already there. It's already a working
Yep.
spreadsheet.
And
All you got to do is customize it to your brand. And I have a whole module all about customization, like how to make it pretty and cute.
interesting, interesting. So you heard it,
Mhm.
folks. AI powered spreadsheets. Becky Beach, thank you for putting out a very good product about it is a hot niche. There's multiple hot niches with spreadsheets.
Oh,
So
so many.
many hot niches.
Everything.
There's a ton of hot niches, and that's why I'm letting my people know about your offer, AI powered spreadsheets. So if you want to go ahead and check out what Becky put together, go ahead and click my link below. It is my affiliate link for the offer. And it's already saying I'm running out of time. But anyhow, yeah, go ahead and check that link out below. AI powered spreadsheets. Becky's got your back with the training, and now with the advent of AI, making life so much easier, with
Mhm.
like 100x easier, no 100,000x easier. It seems
Of
it's
course.
like seems like the sky's the limit, right now, and now you're able to actually put an offer out like this because of AI.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah, so I'm
the
so glad because I
outsourcing.
always wanted to help people make the spreadsheets because I
Yeah,
make there's some of them are my best sellers.
yeah,
Like I made $5,000 from my spreadsheets in December.
nice,
That was
nice.
just from selling spreadsheets on Etsy
You
and
heard
my
it.
store, my
You heard it,
Shopify.
folks. You heard it. It can be done.
Yeah.
You can make very lucrative income with the spreadsheet niche, or
Hmm.
niches, should I say? So that link will be below. Y'all go ahead check it out. I really don't know what bonuses I could give them for this. I mean, I can give them some of my spreadsheet tracking bonuses, but it's not like them creating any kind of spreadsheet. Maybe an
Oh, you
inputs,
could you could create a
like
spreadsheet with the app. I can give you review access. You could create it with the app and then give that as a bonus.
I mean, I
So you get
probably.
some spreadsheets you made.
Well, I was thinking about paying my dues with you because I know you're a coach, it wasn't like he was asking for a whole lot. Although I really believe you could help the people that are interested in the spreadsheets niches with the training you put together with using AI in your custom GPT. So I'm just gonna leave it all the way you're coaching them because I know you can help my people out, and that's why I booked this call with you. And I'm glad you was able to
Oh,
fit it into your
good.
schedule. Because I know you're a busy mom and you got a lot going on with the biz and all between. So you got Shopify, Etsy, the email list vendor, the vendor side of things. Like it
Oh,
all
yes,
it
I
all
sell on Warrior
intertwines.
Plus. Teachers
Your
pay
plus,
teachers. I sell on
yeah,
A member.
yeah,
I sell books on Amazon. So I got I
Amazon,
got over 1,500 buy buttons around the internet.
yeah. Oh, so that's all you. So you're list building through all these channels. That's
Oh
pretty
yeah, yeah.
much
It's like
for the most
yeah,
part.
I got 1,500 buy buttons out there on the
Uh-huh.
internet, and so the more buy buttons you have, the better. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
just all about the buy buttons. Like
Mm-hmm.
I make some almost every day. I make a new buy button somewhere by making a product and listing it.
Yeah, yeah, I hear you. Let's see. For Amazon, is it the Amazon KDP? Is that what you're talking about, or is it other
Oh yes,
parts of
Amazon
Amazon?
KDP. I have over like 50 books, like coloring books, planners, journals, Kindle books. And
Yeah.
I've even written a book with my son. We have a series of books about Sherlock Holmes' long lost nephew.
Wow, that's interesting. I've always
Mhm.
wondered about that with the KDP. It's like because I know list building from the customers off Amazon's customer base. I'm not sure how you like. I was always thinking about it's like how do you list build from the customers from Amazon? There's got to be like a strategic way to get them on your list because I don't think Amazon's for that at all.
Oh
To
yes, I
sharing the
could tell you
customers like
what I
that.
do right fast if there's time.
Nice. Yeah, yeah. We got
Well, what I
60.
do is the page right inside the book
Mm-hmm.
after the title page, I
Yeah.
put a QR code to link them to my email list where I told them they're going to get a freebie.
Yeah, yeah. The
Then
instant.
also
Yeah.
put the link to my email list to like the opt-in page. It's like
Nice.
mombeach.com/subscribe. There's also a QR code there too, so they can scan it with their phone,
That is
and it takes
genius.
them to the opt-in page where they can get like a free planner. And
Nice.
I've gotten lots of people, even on Amazon. Amazon will usually show you inside the book as a preview.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I've
yeah.
got people that didn't even buy the book, get on my
Just
list.
just just hit the QR code.
It's
Oh,
just from
that's
Amazon, yeah,
interesting.
because it shows the page, like the first few pages of your book.
Oh wow. That see I always pondered that because I know Amazon's not cool with sharing their buyers, you know. I would
Oh yeah,
assume.
but you get around it because you
Yeah.
could look inside the book because they do look inside, and the
Yeah, yeah,
first
yeah.
few pages you could see inside the book,
Oh
and
wow.
then that's included because it's in the first few pages. They could see it. I mean,
Nice.
the people going to Amazon.
See, that made me wonder because I was always looking at the KDP stuff and all the various niches to figure out some kind of way to list build from the customers, from their customers.
Yeah, you can do it
Yeah,
for
you cleared
any
it out.
niche, like since I've been doing that, I got like 20,000 people from Amazon alone.
Nice.
And now my list size on the mombeach.com is 168,000 people.
Yeah, I figured it was that much seeing the leaderboard results from the multiple launches you commit to fully, and you just at the top or the top
Oh yeah,
three or
the
something
secret
like
is to
that.
just give a really good bonus out
Yeah,
and to
yeah, it
be
is.
honest about the product. Because I want to.
Yeah,
A lot of times I ask for review access. I test the product myself, and
yeah,
if it's total crap, then I'll tell them no because I want to be
yep,
able to see it for myself. So I always ask for review access if
yeah,
it's a new person
yep,
because my audience trusts me, and
yeah.
they
You
know
want to
that
burn
if
that
I tell
trust.
them
Yeah.
something, they're going to buy it because they know and trust me and know that I would only
Mm.
like give them a good product.
Yeah, because that's like the worst thing you could do to your list. You got to treat your list like a baby. That's your baby. And if you give them trash, it'll burn that list. Pretty much. And
Yeah, they'll stop unsubscribing. They won't
they're
trust you
like, what
anymore.
the hell is this, man? I can't do nothing with this. It's like, yeah, I'm pretty weary about offers these days. That's why I've switched to actually talking with vendors prior to promoting. I know you're a higher integrity vendor. That's why I want to get this call with you to let them know, about this because like I said, like I keep saying, I'm a customer of that, of getting spreadsheets. And another thing that people can do is like they
Mhm.
create the spreadsheets. They can even like sell like bundles. I would assume
Oh yes,
like
I actually do that
bundles.
myself. I have a debt
Yeah,
bundle, and I
yeah.
sell a snowball spreadsheet. They get a planner.
Hmm.
It's a debt management planner. Then they get a Kindle ebook.
Hmm.
I mean, an ebook's not a Kindle book. It's an ebook
Hmm.
that talks about how to do the debt snowball. So that's like so popular. I sell it for $27, and I'm getting multiple sales like a week from that. And I'm
Nice.
always seeing it being sold all the time. And if I
Hmm.
actually go out and promote it, I get more sales. Sometimes I'll take it and I'll promote it to my audience, in my email,
Hmm.
and people will purchase it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and I'm glad you gave me some insight on the KDP aspect of it because I was wondering about that. I was wondering. I was like, man, it's gonna. And it actually fall in line with what I was thinking. How you would list build from the KDP. So that's interesting to know for my audience and for me as well. So I have to look into that myself at some point. We have 3 minutes left, so I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. Thank you for your time, Becky. I really appreciate it. I think it was a pretty good call. I mean, with some
Oh
couple
yeah,
pauses
yeah. I'll
here
have
and
to
there,
get
I'll
going.
be
My
able
husband and child are home. That's why the dog's barking.
to. I gotcha. Okay, so I'll have that link below for you guys to check out. It's AI powered spreadsheets by Becky Beach. Thank you for your time, Becky. Really
Oh,
appreciate this
thank you. I'm
call.
glad to be here.
I'm glad you was my fourth guest. And
Hmm.
for the most part, we did rattle off the cuff for the most part. But I gained some insight being on this call, and I really appreciate it. You sharing what you shared with me and to my audience. So that
Oh, great. Yeah, if anyone needs to contact me, you can find me at coachbeckybeach.com.
There it is. All right. And if you have any other like higher end coaching, I'd like to point them to it as well. You know.
Oh, yeah, yes, I do. I have a Business Beach Club Pro membership. So you go to
Mhm,
businessbeachclub.com.
mhm,
And if you get the Pro, you get unlimited Voxer access to me and email coaching,
mhm.
and also like 4 calls like a month. They're group coaching calls. And you get
Nice.
access to over 20 courses, and you get a commercial use PLR bundle that you could customize and resell each month.
Mhm,
And sometimes I'll even add courses that I'm selling in there. Like the pro members were able to get the AI powered spreadsheets.
mhm. Okay. So y'all heard it, guys. Y'all go ahead and check Becky's high end coaching out. I know Becky's got the stuff to teach you guys, what works, what's worked in her business. And that
Hmm.
said, it says we have a minute and 30. I'm gonna go ahead and just sign off. Thanks again,
Oh
Becky.
yeah, thank you everybody.
I'm glad you was the fourth guest on the show that I don't know what it's named yet. It's just doing it, you know what I mean?
We'll call it the Christopher Ramirez Show because I have
I
a podcast called
I
the Becky
did.
Beach
I
Show.
did call it, but it just sounds so bland. I was like,
Christopher Ramirez.
I'm gonna figure it out. But I'm gonna just do it anyway till I figure it out.
Yeah, just call it Christopher Ramirez Show.
Don't overthink it. Yeah, you're right about that. I did do that on Gumroad because I'll be like syndicating on Gumroad at $0 for them to watch the show.
Yeah.
Like one of the ways to do it. Okay, says we got less than a minute. I'm gonna go ahead and shut my pie hole and thank you again, Becky. Links in the
Well,
description,
thank you.
guys. And I'll see you when I see you on
Okay.
Facebook, all that good stuff. All right, you have a blessed one, Becky. Thank you for your time.
Oh, thank you.
All right, bye bye.